Hello, and welcome to the channel. My name's Teeter, and today we continue on with Timberborn. Last time on the channel, we were juggling a lot of stuff, spinning a lot of plates. We were working on some water management, trying to reroute our levees and stuff to manage the two rivers we've now formed. We also need to consider storing some water so that we can kind of top off our rivers during longer droughts. We're also probably due for another bad time soon eventually, so we'll probably want to figure out how to route water away completely after we've stored what we want. Things like that. We've also started different means of food production so that we can keep up with if our crops dry out during droughts and stuff, which we're actually experiencing right now. There's a drought going on right now, even though it doesn't really look like it, because we have water kind of locked away. Got some water here we can call upon should we need to. It's not really that much, but we've limited how much water we're pumping, so maybe we don't pump all the water away. I just realized that these crops were allowed to dry out and die. That's unfortunate. We'll eventually need to... Maybe we can do that now with the water we have stored up. Maybe dump a little bit of water away to keep that hydrated. But yeah, so we're currently building a bunch of power. This is kind of something we were doing in the last episode, was trying to get gears made specifically in order to establish our buildings. We have 9 unemployed beavers, which always makes me think we could use more haulers or more builders. I could fit another builder's hut here, so maybe I'll do just that. Slap a path on it. That's only 4 more jobs, though. So to get even more jobs... A lot of the building I have going on is happening over here, so maybe we could put a second builder's hut right over here as well. Even though these builders aren't getting up to anything, because we don't have enough resources for them to build with. And that's due in part to us not having enough... Well, I was going to say wood, but it's mostly planks, I think. We're down to 79 planks. The planks get processed at those ports there. We could put another lumber flag out here, I suppose. Toss it somewhere up in this mess. Maybe right at the end of the road here, because it looks kind of isolated. Or maybe right here so that it faces everything. We'll try that. Mark this for demolition. Say that it's a high priority demolition. Give our beavers something to do. Not really sure why we have hungry beavers doing things, but not really within my control to tell them to eat instead of work. You know, before or after work. I do want to keep an eye on our water level, because if this water completely goes away, we'll be in some danger. The only thing I can really do to change that is I can lower this floodgate. And then maybe raise it back. I don't think the water will actually go through this series of stuff, though, now that I'm paying attention, because it would have to be all the way up to this level and that level and that level to be retained. So long-term goals, I guess, are to mitigate that. I think we are going to burn through our water supply, though, as it stands. Maybe I should have my water pumps down here where it's deeper. Maybe this is where I should be getting my water from now. And also maybe I should build up... Well, no, the water can only go about this high anyway. Never mind. Water management, I think, has been my Achilles heel in this game, even though it's like the main point of the game to learn how to figure out. I guess I just don't have a beaver type of mind to know how to block off water in preferential ways. Nothing to do in range. You're all filled up on... Yeah, look at that. We are all filled up on scrap metal. Very good. Or they just can't reach it. Maybe that's the problem. Can they reach these? Looks like they have been reaching them, so I guess for now we just pause these then. Congratulations, you're unemployed. What else can I have them do? What else can I have them do? A great question. As always, we're just kind of limited on resources. Right now, I think we're limited on planks and gears, which we can't do anything with. And it's soon going to be water, which is a problem. I do think it would be beneficial to have water pumps in this area where the water is deeper. Which we could actually just build over the water, I think. A little bit silly, but if I were to build, these of course take planks. Actually, we could just put them in this area over here. I think that would be the most advantageous. Gotta leave this pathway in here. We're down to 100, just over 100 water, so I do need to prioritize getting this online. Water, water. Not exactly everywhere. We're desperate for drops to drink. Let's do something like this. We need storage. Unconnected building, are you sure? This is not a tank. Oh, right, because this doesn't connect across here. Oh, that's a problem. Well, then I guess we just make a really long walkway then. I'm pretty sure that these being floodgates hasn't actually served me ever since we've had this river up and running, which is no longer up and running. That's a problem. Trees I don't think can die out in 3 days, but a lot of these dandelions and stuff will, just because this isn't filled with enough water to supply them. I will be excited when I can clear out this section to maybe fill this a little bit. You're meant to hold water. Thank you. Three days remaining on our drought, and I think we are going to be out of the water from here very quickly. Also, the beavers working here are not working here yet, I don't think. They're not actually in here. There we go. Now we're going to pump away all of our water. Which I think teaches me a pretty valuable lesson or whatever. That is, I should probably be pumping my water from this section exclusively. Means I think we can move our blueberries a bit. We are full up on blueberries as well, so it's not really crucial for them to be here in the first place. So I'm going to make an executive decision to clear all these out and replace them with water pumps here, and here, and here. And of course, with everything else, we say it's the highest priority. Or builders and stuff to do. Look at them all flooding this way now. Holy. They decided to go all the way around. Well, the good news is I can connect a path through here now, which is, as we saw, probably pretty important to do. We're now officially out of water on our mainland, and everything's going to dry out in just over a day. Well, our potatoes are going to dry out in just over a day. We have no potatoes saved. We're actually going to start dipping into our berries as a food, which is bad. Very bad. Our only water supply is coming from down here. Now, of course, we're putting some water in here to try to salvage these crops, but we also have to put water in our beavers to salvage life. Now, I think they can last a day without water, but there's just something awful about how this has all been going. And it's self-inflicted, obviously. I don't know what I'm doing when it comes to water management, but we'll have to figure out what we're doing when it comes to water management, lest we continue to struggle. I think for now I need to put more fluid dumps into here. So when we have a surplus of water, we can actually make sure that this is kind of topped off. Drought ends in half a day, thankfully, so we will get by, if only barely. But I really do need to feel concerned about my food situation here. Because the fact that we're going to start eating berries of all things is very, very terrifying. Especially when we have things that we could be turning into delicious foods at a bakery that I can't seem to build. And just like that, we are starting to eat berries, which is a sign of bad times for sure. But I guess that's what this gatherer and this hut are for. Drought ended. Let's cheer. Now that all the water is coming back, we should be able to replant our resources like carrots and stuff. I really do need to figure out how to get all of this water to fill up though, and I think that's going to be because of these floodgates that I can't build yet. I need to figure out how to build these floodgates. Is my next cross to bear here. Triple platform. I think making one suspension bridge here will be the answer. We could spare the science points, I guess, to do this. Oddly enough, this doesn't reach exactly where I need to, but I think this will be our answer. We'll have to build stairs up to here. Oh, oops, I misaligned that. Oh, that's fine. Now what am I doing? I need... Goodness me, please. Stairs into a platform. Actually, with the way that this is all pointing, I could technically just put a staircase going up here. Why reinvent the wheel? silly me. I guess I could build stairs off of this. Or 2 platforms to get across. Because eventually we'll want to come over here and do stuff anyway, I guess. Lot deet da. Okay, we definitely need more food. Oh wait, it looks like I've prevented the water from coming back into town. Uh-oh. That's a nightmare. I should have seen this coming. These aren't even built yet down here. Alright, we need the water to... Oh, now I'm flooding everything. Whoa, okay. How have I just gone and ruined literally everything? This is all flooded now. I have an autosave from 6 minutes ago before I catastrophically ruined everything. Let's maybe go there. Okay, I'm realizing a few things. Firstly, I think I can destroy a column in each of those areas I was trying to pool water in. We can have control over the water that's going that way. Yeah. I think a fitting title to this episode would be What Are You Doing, Teeter? The answer is I'm not quite sure. Okay. Where are we? We're still mid-drought. That's fine. We can plan for post-drought activity mid-drought. So, in here, I think... Well, for starters, I should probably just remove this chunk. I don't want to, though. I wanted to be able to do something smart and useful, and I am not doing that. Let's get rid of this and this and put a floodgate here. Triple it doesn't need to be, but it will be. Actually, it could be, I guess. If I put 2 more levees here, and then we built all of this up to be levees and dams, we could do that. I don't really have the resources to do this, but frankly, that's fine. That is gonna have to be fine. Levy. And then that drops all the resources on the other side of the wall, which is a little silly, but 105 logs is nothing to scoff at. Don't worry about it later. I'll put a temporary zip line down there or something, you know. And then I need to do the same thing here. We delete, delete, delete. We put a triple floodgate here. By default, I think I want these to be open. I think that's what we're learning. Same here. This will all have to be triple floodgate, and then I can control the various water levels instead of just hoping that they're all full and overflowing, you know. Because also, if they were all full and overflowing, like, I couldn't choose to release them. I guess that was one thing I was failing to consider earlier. And then, yeah, we get to watch all of our food dwindle away because our potatoes keep dying during droughts. Tragically. Okay, so we have master plans for the water filling back in, which is lovely. We had flooding over here, which I was a little surprised to see. Oh yeah, I get to do this whole dance again in order to get this built. Means we have to make a 4-wide suspension bridge adjacent to this. I said I would just make 2 platforms so we could path across all of this. And then here we were demolishing everything. So I could build stairs and then road around them. And we said these were going to be prioritized to do, specifically so that we can control the water coming in. And I think most of this can be, I think these are the very lowest priority, followed by each of these. And then these will just be low. Primarily need the water to be controlled on this side of things. Kind of hate that this is how this is going. But whatever. We're gonna need levees over here too eventually. Actually, you know what? I lied. I don't care. We've got too much else going on. That floodgate will make sure that we don't actually flood stuff down here, so whatever. Highest priority. Energy stuff when we have gears. Is that true? Sure. Let's look at our worker distribution here. Because I want to make sure that our builders' huts are all topped off. These are alphabetized, that's kind of silly. So haulers and builders are somewhat similar, but they're separated. Okay. What do we have going on? We have this being filled with water unnecessarily. Well, not unnecessarily, we need crops, but we're not really doing anything with those crops. We have cattails. I guess I don't have any spatter docks because they keep drying out. We need to be able to make cattail wheat. Oh, we have cattail flour. What does cattail flour make? It's at a bakery. Crackers. Oh. Yeah, I think our bakeries need to get up and running to replenish our food stocks. These all need gears. So I lied. These are probably high priority once we have gears. These are high priority when we have, or highest priority when we have planks. I am a little bit surprised to see we've run out of. Okay, so the water's coming back. The water should come all the way back now. This was the thing we were avoiding by reloading the save. We need to completely lower these floodgates though. And then the water will pool from the left side, the left side, the left side. And it will replenish everything that we've lost. Which is great. Everything we need. These water pumps, I think, will be our primary water pumps now. I think I want to remove all of the water pumps over here. I'll still leave the water resources here. But I think these pumps need to be moved down here where the water's deeper. Or maybe even down here. If I were to put floodgates, or just like a dam or something, levees even, something down here. Just cap all of this up. I think that would be good for pumping purposes. We could put all of our pumps beyond here. And then this monstrosity could whatever, do whatever it does. We're basically already over here, so... Although not really. Don't really have room to... put stairs down here. Yeah, going up and down seems kind of brutal. Well, I guess I could put suspension bridges on these sides. Let's see. Suspension bridge gets you over here. Suspension bridge gets you halfway over here. And they connect side to side, I wonder. Probably not. Pretend. Oh no, wait, you can't put pads on these. They just go straight through the whole bridge. Okay, Well, actually, if this suspension bridge is here, or if we can even just get here, we can just build... Well, I don't want to build a levee across here. I want to build it as far back as possible. Right. Right. So I do want to come from this side then. Yeah, the problem's getting down. Like, I can't build a staircase down anywhere unless we're coming from the very... Not even if we're coming from the very top, because that's too many things high. I guess here we could do platforms and stairs down. Oh, but even when you get to the lowest level... That's right, there's nowhere to land on the lowest level. My goodness. What is the trick here? I build a suspension bridge and then go around the corner. I wish I could say it was time for zip lines. Zip lines excite me. An overhang? Those are with metal, though. And this also doesn't get me around the corner. That's the thing that I'm struggling with. Ah! They don't connect. One block too short. You're kidding me. A path up to the top. Yeah, we just don't have the ability to get down. Our beavers are all unhappy. Why? Injured and thirsty. Right, because we're working on getting water again, I guess. I guess I'll enable all of my pumps because we're desperate. I kind of forgot that I could do that. Sorry, thirsty beavers. Please don't die of thirst. That would be unfortunate. Productivity 4% is kind of brutal. Hi, what are you doing right now? Oh, it's nighttime. Okay, we have to exhaust everyone real quick. Get back to work. We need water desperately. Died of thirst. Oh no, it's starting. We're gonna lose a third of our population to thirst overnight, or more. Look at how many beavers are thirsty. Died of thirst. Please don't die of thirst. Please just pump water. Also, I don't think their working hours need to be 20. They were too deep into the night anyway. You, what are you doing? Pump water. This number needs to go up dramatically. I know literally everyone is coming to drink water, but... all of you, pump water, pump water, pump water. Water, water everywhere. Everyone should drink. Hi, why are we building these? I thought I said these were low priority. Hello? They are low priority. Why are those being built instead of these? Do I need to pause these? I'm confused. Why is my building priority not being honored? These not reachable? Can't get required materials. Yeah, but these can be reached. This one's basically done. They just need to build it. They just need to, like, put it together. Died of thirst, died of thirst. Yeah, that's a little problematic, I guess. Also, the hunger thing is scary. We, like, 100% need these bakeries to be built. Which means we need gears. What's our gear plant up to? Make gears. Pause those. Pause this. What else needs gears to be made? Very high priority, please. Because people are going to start dying of hunger, which is baffling to me. We were on top of food for the longest time. Also, these are all dead again. That's driving me crazy. I'm scrambling for like every resource all of a sudden. Well, if our population kind of starts over, I guess that'll just have to be fine. So much for this being a cozy series though, huh? The desperation is showing itself. If I can get the bakeries up and running because we get the gear stuff up and running, we're chilling. I think maybe these officially can be not the highest priority, although pause this one, but this one literally needs one gear to get done. Our next gear goes here, please. Three hours to make a gear. Okay, you've made a gear. Lovely. Where did it go? Into the bakery, maybe? 5 of 10. Okay, yeah, they are going there. I need power to go to this. Okay, I'm gonna do something really out there and pause everything that isn't this specific windmill. And actually maybe this one, because this literally only needs one more gear. Once this windmill is up and running, we'll have another gear source powered up. Everyone's gonna die. I'm just gonna put it out there. Every single beaver is going to die because they can't eat or drink. And that is horrendous. And it's because I can't get my bakery online, specifically. Maybe we should set up a desperation gatherer flag up here. Because we're desperate. There you go. I don't care who mans it. Highest priority construction, highest priority workplace. Yeah, we'll just have to ignore. This entire feed over the last 2 days has been people dying, or beavers dying. I'm sorry, 6 flooded buildings. Take me there. Because these floodgates are closed. Don't be closed. They're being built and they're closed. Oh, goodness me. Okay, well, all of these crops are dead for a while. What are we doing? Close this floodgate. What are we doing? Get this water out of here. What am I doing? We're down to 36 beavers. It's soon to be like... As long as it's more than 0, we can come back from this. going on here? Oh, it's flooded. I thought it was saying it couldn't be reached. We finally got this one thing built. Okay, maybe I should exhaust everyone. Work 24 hours, nobody stop, everybody get exhausted. We are in recovery mode, if you could call it that. It's okay, everybody watching, remain calm. I'm doing my best to do the same. The next 25 minutes before this episode ends, we will surely recover. As we seek to understand why this is happening. I mean, water obviously just can't come this way. Well, like, the water coming this way shouldn't be doing so much that it's flooding the entire world. But it is, and that's bad. I thought having the water kind of pour out in one floodgate at a time over here, I thought that would be fine, but it's starting to prove to be very problematic. So instead, I'm just going to admit that I don't know what I'm doing. And we're going to widen these gaps. Maybe I should make all of the tiers. Maybe I should make all of them be... What's it called? Maybe I should make all of them be... Floodgates. I don't know. We're down to under 25 workers. There we go. The flooding over here has ceased for now. For now. I think we've only moved it, maybe. A drought is approaching. We just had a drought. We have 3 days to grow food and prepare for another drought. I don't think it's happening. I don't think it's happening. Especially because I just opened up the alleyways where the water goes and they're gonna... Oh no, I can seal them off here. We'll work on that. We'll start raising this a little bit. The magic number, I think, was 1.4 before. This is going to cause immense flooding over here, because why wouldn't it? Just waiting for it to start. We're now under 20. Under 20 beavers. And they're all still hungry and thirsty, I'm pretty sure. I think our water pumping 100% needs to exist over here. I never did build something to, like, wall this off further. I guess I welcome a drought more than I welcome a bad tide, but I don't really welcome any of it, to be honest, because we just can't do anything. The drought's gonna make it so that we can't make gears, and thus we can't finish making our bakery. This hasn't gained a single gear since before. Okay, well... Building lacks workers 33. Yeah, this is fine. Do we need wood? I guess that's fine for now. The lumber mills lack workers. And I don't have any planks. This is all gonna get stopped in just a day. Can I view the workplace prioritization? I can. Okay, let's think out loud. Water pumps. They should probably all be high priority because we have no backup water. Smelters neutral. Just looking at where people actually are. Lumberjack flags are all Wait, we actually have one lumberjack flag in play. That's fine, I guess. Lumber mills are high. Inventor should all be low. The fact that someone's at an inventor when we're in crisis mode is crazy to me. Herbalist should be very low because we already have antidote. Hauling post is like a default very low. Grist mill being neutral is probably fine. Grills being neutral is probably fine. Gear workshops we want to both be higher priority. Is the second gear workshop finally built? Oh, it's built, but it's not powered. Okay, so it should be paused then. Gatherer flag for dandelions should be like lowest priority. Foresters being neutral is fine. Fluid dump can be neutral and paused. We'll pause all of them now that that's been flooded again. Farmhouses have no employees. That is bad. Very bad. Our wheat farmhouse can be paused, but these should be maybe highest priority, especially right now. District center and builders' huts are all empty, so nobody's building. That is probably bad. That is probably bad. We were thriving not long ago, and now here we are. The aquatic farmhouse can be paused now that, that area's flooded and nothing's growing. Okay, someone should, one of these farmhouses should prioritize harvesting, one of these farmhouses should prioritize planting. I think this should prioritize planting, and then this should prioritize harvesting, just because this can reach everything and this one can't. We need food, we need water. Everyone should be working on food and water, especially before and during a drought. I think these floodgates need to come completely up right now. As maybe do... Well, this specifically needs to come completely up when the drought starts. I don't know. I'm gulping right now. I'm a little scared. Okay, drought started. No more water coming. We stifle down here after a little while. Maybe once the water through here stops. I'm pausing and playing. Okay, right there. So right there, we start raising this. I don't want to cause a flood, but I do want to retain water. That did an okay job. Okay, what's going on down here then? What's going on down here is what's going on down here. That's it. We have this much water to work with later in order to fill things back up. 14 beavers and no children. I guess you can't make children when you're tired and hungry. Okay, we reduced the working hours back down to 16 because what's going to happen is going to happen. And we will no longer see dying from hunger and thirst. We have food, we have water. Unfortunately, we have foods I don't care about, but such is life, unfortunately, right now. I do feel a little bit disheartened by how this is going, but I think we can rebound. These droughts are severely long, though, and that is posing to be a problem. I also think the next bad tide is going to be really awful for us. We are gathering more water than we're using, I think. I think I need to review what everyone's doing again. Gathering wood, 3 people are pumping water, 4 or 5 people are farming. Gathering stuff. 1 lumber mill, 1 gear. Actually, I think I'm okay with that. Just pause the other ones just in case people start growing up and doing things, so they don't need to be sharing that weight yet. We have 10 planks and 1 gear made. Nothing's powered because the windmills aren't blowing. Can't really help that. Need 9 more gears to power that. Need 1 gear for this solid power shaft. Doesn't really matter, we'll just connect to all these things. Five days to go. The water level's at like half a square. I guess I can just drop what's in here down and hope for the best. Causing flooding would be unwelcome. But it filling the water level a bit higher is welcome. Oh wait, it filled it so much that water's... Is it supposed to be coming through the dam? Oh, it is coming through the dam. Okay, so I just wasted some water, it seems like. Oh well. As long as this is as topped off as it's gonna be, I guess. That's fine. Okay, we have enough water stocked up now that I think I should maybe stop pumping it. So we'll pause each of these. I think I double tapped one of them. All of our water pumps get paused. Actually, if I was smart, I'd put a water pump here for when this gets flooded. Let's do that, actually. Strange turn of events. We put a water pump here and turn it on. A very strange turn of events. We don't have any people building stuff though, so... Oh yeah, we do. How'd that happen? I'm unsure. Well. Then I guess these builders should come build this. Because we have logs, right? 502? Yeah. Come and get it. Oh, but it's nighttime though. Ah, heavy sigh. This has been a trial. This 9th cycle. I appreciate that beavers are still showering and stuff. 10 of 17 beavers have wet fur. 17 beavers. At least now the people that have been dying of old age since day 12. So for the last week we've had our food and water under wraps. Do I want beavers to be dying of hunger? No, but such is the reality in which we live. Pause the gatherer. Unpause the gatherer. Actually, do we have anyone working at our in-town grill? Maybe we should. What's everyone doing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 at the farmhouse. 6 of 12 adults at the farmhouse. We have 1 builder. Someone making planks, someone making gears. Food, wood, water. Okay, we have like a little bit of everything that you need. Bouncing my leg, worried about stuff. Okay. Okay. 3 more days on the drought. We will survive. A little bit unfortunate that our wheat production stopped, but we are not using it. Nope, that's not it. Where's our wheat? Wheat. 650. Yeah, we're not using it. So this can be paused. That's fine. Our aquatic farmhouse can also be paused until this is rained enough. I basically just need this to keep things within a block. Actually, if I built this up, I think this only has a depth of 2, so if I put this on a platform, we can make sure that this always pumps out the overage. But I don't actually care. We'll worry about that later. Oh yeah, we don't have any power going here because we don't have the windmill connected. Alright, I lied. You guys can go do other things. Person's pumping the water. Where are they bringing it? All the way over here? Oh yeah, because these are all full. They only carry half of it away. That's interesting. Now that I've paused 2 people, let's see what they're doing. I think one of them's pumping more water, and the other one's helping at the district center. Is the district center doing anything? It's nighttime, so it's hard to tell. Drought's over after tomorrow, so we'll be okay. Pardon the sound of my microphone stand there. Well, I'll celebrate a small victory. We made it through a 9-day drought with most of our water and stuff intact. I think that's a victory. At least on this side. This side suffered a little bit, but once we get this floodgate here and we can kind of cap both sides up, I think it'll be a different story entirely. But resource-wise, we need gears and planks. Or, I'm sorry, we need, yeah, planks and gears once this is allowed to get back up and running. And we need to finish this power supply so that this can get up and running too. Our workforce is growing by the day, though. People are growing up every day or 2. Drought ended. Cycle 10 begins. Right. We are in maybe a bad spot for Cycle 10. Taking such a hit on Cycle 9 was brutal. One thing I know for sure, we need to open this back up lest we flood everything. Maybe to ease some of the burden of this coming back, we can open this about a full block. I don't want any flooding to happen when this water comes down this path. We'll just create a bit of an outlet here. A bit sad how my priorities have all shifted. We were kind of working on blocking this off to have a solid water supply back here. And that dream is gone. Maybe I should move all this nonsense over there and actually have a path across here, like a normal path across here in some way. Could maybe do 2 suspension bridges just across here and call it a day. Okay, let's see what's going on. Water-wise. Look at how full all of this is. This is kind of what I was dreaming of before. But this would be up a tile, and then this would be up a tile, you know? Just hasn't been meant to be that way just yet, but it will be, I think. I think we'll get there. Happiness is up to 10 after the biggest catastrophe that we could have seen. My happiness is not up to 10. Out of whatever the max is, 50. Oh, but that's okay. We'll right that wrong in the next episode, I think. Anyway, we're in recovery mode. That'll be the name of the next episode, even though it's a bit of a spoiler. But hey, if you stuck this out with me, I said we'd rebound. I guess we kind of stabilized. Maybe not rebounded, but we did stabilize anyway. We'll celebrate our stabilization by getting our production of goods back on track here. And then once that happens, we'll have our builders finish this stuff first, and then our bakery. At least one bakery, a bread bakery. Start getting our wheat working. Like review priorities again. And yeah, I think we need to up the priority of these as well. Dink dink. This needs 20 gears. This needs 7 gears. This needs 15 gears. And I guess it's gonna get them. What's our production rate? Every 1.3 hours we get planks. Every 3 hours we turn a plank into a gear. So, gears take 3 hours. That's a long time, actually. Anyway, I guess we'll cap it here. I think once we get this set up, we'll be in good shape. And then these just use different resources. Actually, they use planks. That's a little brutal. Okay, we'll reduce these to high then. Then these are just logs, so I'm not really worried about that. Oh, but this floodgate system is up now. That's a bit exciting to see. Let's see how much we can affect this right now. So the water here... I think we can actually completely nearly close this. And we'll start backing water up. We'll say 2.9. That kind of drains this for now, but the water should be piling up here. I guess we also have to raise these. Magic number here used to be 1.4. But maybe what happens if I completely or nearly completely close this? Do we cause any flooding or anything? Set this to 2.92 and we'll see what happens. Water's getting up to this levee. What's happening? Oh, the water's going up and over here. I guess it does matter that we fill this in then, huh? Okay, we won't go that high then. We'll reduce this to 1.9, I guess. The game's freezing though. Just save, I reckon. Okay, reduce that to 1.9. We'll reduce this to 1.9 as well. Sorry for the heart attack and the flooding, beavers. I appreciate that all the flooding's happening on this... Oh, never mind. It's happening on this side primarily, but... maybe it's not. The goal, though, is basically just to raise the water level across the board in ways that I can control. But that'll have to be what we figure out next time, I guess. Also, as much as I hate to do this, I think I have to put a storage area over here because this guy leaving over and over is not helping matters all that much. This water can supply other warehouses. I think these should be set to obtain goods from other warehouses across the board. because this is where I want all my water stored, basically. And then all of these connect as suppliers. But those are jobs for our haulers to care about, I'm pretty sure, not the actual workers. I'm not really sure who controls that, to be honest. Supply. You guys have a water tank? You sure do. Supply. Okay. Okay. Are we stabilized for the most part? I'd say so. We will recover from this. Look, we're already back up to almost 30 beavers. That's lovely to see. Let's review what they're doing. I'll probably be doing this constantly. Workplaces. The aquatic farmhouse is about to come back online. Water pumps. We have one on working, and that looks like it's bad. So we'll have to make another water pump be working, and I guess it could be one of our main ones here. Actually, we'll do two. I want to bolster our water supply. Our food's back online too. We got up to 1,000 food in a matter of days. That's pretty crazy to me, especially considering we were just in a drought. And we have a bakery online. Are we starting to make bread yet? No, because it doesn't have a worker. Get a worker in here. Does that mean our windmills are online? Oh, they're getting there. This one is. This has power now. Oh, I'm getting excited. Okay, recovery is on the way. I can feel it. Anyway, we're over an hour, so I gotta cap it here. But it looks like good things are a-coming. If you made it this far, I thank you so very much for watching. If you enjoy content like this, please feel free to check out the rest of the content on my channel, as well as coming on by my YouTube and Twitch streams, where we play games like Timberborn and many others all the time. I thank you so much for watching, and until next time, I hope you take care. Bye now.